Hi everyone, and welcome back to Speak Like a Leader. I'm Paula, and today we are diving into a fast-track business English lesson that will help you improve your English and amaze everyone in your next business meeting. This is a 15-minute guide. Yes, a quick 15-minute guide that will show you what it takes to amaze everyone around you fast. In this video, you will learn what it takes to transform your communication, to lead meetings with confidence, give powerful presentations, and negotiate like a pro. Do you think this is impossible? Well, I'm here to show you how it's done, so stick around for the next 15 minutes to see what it takes to speak like a leader and master business English. Let's jump in. I've been teaching business English for the past 20 years, and one of the most common things my students say is, I feel stuck. People come to me suggesting that they have been learning English for many years, trying different methods, different teachers, but nothing seems to be working. Many of them are professionals, engineers, managers, consultants who need English for their job, but they feel they just aren't communicating at the level that they want to. The biggest challenge, they tell me, is to feel as confident as they do when speaking in their native language to discuss and negotiate business ideas. Does this sound familiar? Well, this is a real problem, because if English is keeping you from getting promoted, increasing your salary, and offering yourself and your family a better quality of life, then you really need to be figuring out what you're doing wrong. You can't let English stand in the way of a great career. Why do you think that some people speak like leaders in business English and others kind of lag behind? Do you think it's because their English is so much better than yours? Well, what we are going to be doing today is we are going to be breaking down exactly how you can go from good to great in business English. And this may sound surprising, but it is not only about improving your English. Most teachers will tell you that you have to improve your general English to sound more professional. What they will say is, learn more words, do more grammar exercises. And this is correct up to a point. Because I'm sure that many of you have listened to foreigners presenting in English or stating their opinions in business meetings very effectively, even though their English is not that perfect. Why is that? Have you ever thought about this concept? Why are they so confident? Is it because of their personality? I mean, it could be. One of my students told me, well, of course, these are very talented, outgoing people who are not afraid of making mistakes. This is a personality trait that not everybody has. But is it really their personality, or have they mastered some communication techniques that are common in all languages? Techniques that will make you sound more confident to state your opinion and communicate much more effectively. So start taking notes and appreciate that you sounding like a professional when speaking in English is not only about English. Let's jump into 4 powerful steps that will take you to the next level. Now, step number 1 is about expanding your vocabulary. Yes, learning more words will help you express your thoughts better. Everyone is right about that. But, and this is a big but, the new words you learn need to come with precision and style. because you don't need more words, you need the right words. It's not about learning 50 new words a day, but learning one that will actually make a difference. So let's talk about precision, since business English is all about clarity. When you are negotiating, presenting, or just participating in a meeting, your words need to be sharp and to the point. Let me give you an example. Instead of saying, we need to make a plan, you could say, we need to devise a strategy. Notice how the word devise immediately signals that you're thinking more strategically. It's a small shift, a relatively easy verb to use in so many different situations, but it makes a huge difference in how you are perceived. Listen to this. We need to devise a strategy. Your idea was great, and the way you devised it was excellent. If only the sales team could devise a new path to attract more customers. So what is the learning point here? Find a great word that can be used in many different situations, and each time you use it precisely and to the point. Why am I stressing this? Because you don't want to be one of those persons who only use a complicated word just for the sake of using a complicated word to sound more profound. Have you ever been in a meeting where somebody goes on and on with vague terms like synergize and leverage, saying something like, we need to synergize everything to become more successful? What does that even mean? You don't want to be the one making everyone reach for their coffee to stay awake. You need to avoid this by using great words, but in a specific and impactful way. So you could say, we need to create synergies between our sales and marketing team to increase customer satisfaction level. Now that makes more sense. To help you with this, I encourage you to curate your vocabulary. That means choosing words that suit your professional environment and reflect your expertise. Before we move on to the next step, here's a fun idea. How about you create a word of the day challenge with a friend of yours or a colleague of yours? So each day you pick one new business term to use in conversation. So, for example, the word devise that we mentioned above could be one of these words. If you use it correctly and somebody notices it, you earn points. And whoever gets the most points at the end of the month wins a fun prize, maybe a free coffee and lunch or any other fun prize that you can think of. Step number 2 is all about structuring your speech like a professional. Now, what do I mean by that? Think of every business conversation you're having as a mini presentation, whether it's a meeting, a negotiation, or a casual conversation. The better you structure your thoughts, the more professional you will sound. There's a simple structure that I love called POP. Point, example, point. So you start with a clear message, you back it up with a real-life example, and then you restate or reinforce your message with impact. Let's see this technique in action. Your point is the following. Effective communication in our team is very important for our project to succeed. Your example could state, for instance, in our last project, we implemented daily check-ins with all our teammates, which helped identify potential delays early. And then you should restate your point for further impact. So adopting a structured communication flow can significantly improve our project timelines. By following this simple POP structure, you keep your message focused and your audience will remember your key points. This is especially useful in meetings when you need to be concise, but also persuasive. That's not too difficult, is it? I mean, you could probably practice this in your daily life. Have you ever been in a meeting where somebody keeps on talking constantly for 10 minutes to say in the end, in summary, what we need to do is this? Save your audience from the boring speech by structuring your ideas clearly. It's like being the hero who cuts through the chaos and saves everyone from the meeting that never ends syndrome. Step number 3 is all about persuasion. When negotiating a deal, asking for a raise, or convincing your team to follow a new strategy, you need to be persuasive. And one of the best ways to do this in business English is by mastering conditional sentences. I can't stress this enough. So, grammar is important? Yes, of course it's important. But honestly, no one really cares if you mix up a tense here or there when you're presenting your ideas. Did you use the simple past instead of the past perfect? Okay, there may be some confusion, but everybody still gets the point. But what will make or break your presentation is the logic in your arguments. How powerful your logic is to convince everyone who's listening. Conditional sentences are those if-then statements that allow you to create logical arguments. Let me remind you how they work in practice. We have 3 conditional statements, number 1, number 2, and number 3. Let's look at some examples so that you can remember them. Conditional number 1. If we increase our budget, we will see better results. Number 2. If we increased our budget, we would see better results. And number 3. If we had increased our budget, we would have seen better results. Each version gives you different levels of probability and persuasion. The first conditional is confident, action-oriented, great for making recommendations. The second conditional is hypothetical, useful for exploring ideas without committing. And the third one shows reflection, which is perfect for analyzing past decisions. By mastering conditionals, you'll be able to shape conversations and influence decisions effectively. It's a subtle yet powerful tool that will help you sound more convincing and more in control. Have you ever tried to persuade someone with a wishy-washy statements like, maybe, if we try, we might get results? It's like racing a bicycle against a Ferrari. Others, with better English and more confidence probably, will shoot your ideas down in no time. If you want your ideas to be heard and implemented, you need to master conditionals to give your arguments some real bite and stop sounding like you're just hoping for the best. Finally, step number 4 reminds us of the importance of being concise. Being concise in business is the opposite of being descriptive, using fewer, more impactful words. This might sound simple, but it's crucial for effective communication. Being concise means delivering your message clearly and briefly without unnecessary fluff. Imagine someone saying, given the increase in our financial allocation towards promotional expenditures, there has been no corresponding upward trend in our sales performance metrics. It's like watching someone build a Lego skyscraper just to say that sales are flat. So instead, you could say, despite spending more on ads, sales didn't increase, they're flat. Simple, right? It's the difference between a boring monologue and a professional remark. The first one tires you and confuses you, but the other one gets straight to the point and hopefully brings results. To practice this, try summarizing key points in one sentence. In a business meeting, instead of offering a 20-minute explanation, only to end with, so basically what I mean is we're on track to complete the project by the deadline, thanks to improved team coordination, a better way would be to start with that statement and then, if necessary, offer a short explanation, because nobody, and I mean nobody, is interested in long, winding explanations. If someone requires further explanation, they will ask for one. And at the end of the day, you can always send them an email or a brief analyzing the topic further. So there you have it. 4 steps to transform your business English and start communicating like a leader in just a few weeks. Let's recap. Number 1, upgrade your vocabulary but with precision. Number 2, structure your speech with POP, the POP method. Number 3, master the art of persuasion and learn your conditional sentences. And improve your concise speaking skills. Remember, business English isn't just about speaking in English. It's about how you communicate your ideas, how you engage with others, and how you lead a conversation. Every conversation is an opportunity to inspire, to influence, to make an impact. And hey, if you're ready to start your journey to business English mastery, take the first step by subscribing to this channel and getting more tips, more tools on how to achieve that. Don't forget to check the links below for free resources, practice exercises, exclusive content that will help you unlock your full potential. Thank you for watching. I see you in the next video where we'll dive even deeper into the world of business English. Until then, speak like a leader and show the world what you've got.